Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7L today. Got some more Guild Wars for you guys. So, jumping into this here, of course, we gotta start with the joke of the day from Icarus. I finally decided to propose to my vegan fiance. Do I go with 1 carrot or 2? I guess the more the merrier, right? Go with 2? It's a pretty good one, though. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the main towers over here. Apparently, my guild's struggling against this guild here. So, for the top team, we're going up against Alua, Oblitica, and an Abyssal Euphine. I think I saw some green shields too, so it's a little bit spooky. However, I think what I'll do is I'll test out Albedo in this Guild Wars setting. I don't think I made a video on her in Guild Wars yet, so going up against these faster, cleavier teams is going to be quite interesting. This is my Albedo build, by the way. She's 30k HP, she's on a counter build. I actually don't think I've revealed this build yet. I think I revealed a protection set build when she originally was released. But yeah, this build is quite interesting. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. It's been performing quite well in RTA. We'll see how it holds up in Guild Wars, though. She's on 3F as an artifact, and I did actually manage to snag a couple other copies while I was going for more copies at 3F, which is pretty good. Moving on, we got Laya over here. So she's gonna be kind of countering that Lua on the other team, and she will help reset our team skills so that we can go for, you know, our S3s and S2s and shenanigans. This is my Spez currently. He's pretty bulky. He should be okay with the Albedo there on my team. Albedo is really here for chip damage and some mitigation, just in case they crit against me, which I hope not. Gonna knock on wood here. Hope not is not gonna happen. Anyway, the bottom team here is actually quite interesting because it is my defense team, so let's try to beat it. We have a Tywin, we have ML Politis, and Genua. So going to this here, we are bringing my Silvertide Christie. She is on Bastion. Managed to snag another copy, which is quite nice. I did move 1 copy to Arwell, but this one here is gonna be pretty good because it does give immunity and a barrier to the backline. Now, Christie is going to give Arya quite a bit of resist, which is good, because we hopefully will be able to resist the Politis here. This will bring my Arya to almost like 300 resist, so we'll see if it works out or not. DJB is also over here. He is about, with his artifact, 270 resistance, so hopefully he'll be able to hold his own. He's also at a 265 speed almost, so with the Soul Constellation, he should be cutting after ML Politis takes a turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this though. Everyone's going to be focusing the Lua's going to be focusing the Spez here. Actually don't know if the Blitico be doing anything here, but we'll see. Oh no, she does go for the Spez. Now, Spez is relatively slow. Blitico also does get a speed buff. Alright then! Okay, I probably should have anticipated this happening, so probably not the best thing for, you know, for to happen to me right now. However, it's okay. We do go for an S2 counter there. Politica shouldn't really be doing all that much. Let's just go for an S3 onto the Lua here. I guess this is a pure Albedo showcase, right? Can she actually survive? She doesn't defense break the Lua, which kind of sucks. It's alright though. We will, ooh, okay, sweet miracle though, helping us out. Hopefully kill. Boom. Pretty good damage so far. I mean, we have 1 turn until we can use Laya's S3, right? Holy guys, look at Albedo and Laya go. That's insane. Where'd their HP go, right? Where did their HP go? And because of the turn cycling from the dual attacks and everything, we get the CR on our Albedo. Look at this! Abyssal Euphine is dead from the Laya. Albedo just pretty much finished off a Politica and a Lua by herself. Rest in peace, my Spez, but it's alright. Do we? Yes, we do. I think Albedo should be able to go. Because Euphine doesn't really push herself up. Let's go for it, come on. Oh, not enough here. Now, Euphine does get trauma. She is going to push back my team. It's going to suck. However, I think Laya can. Ooh, oh, wait a minute. was hoping that Lion would lap here and then we can just dual attack with the Albedo. Never mind, we can just counter and kill that Abyssal Euphine, so that is pretty sick. I like that. Now DJB is also here because he does have a an S3 that gives immunity to the entire team, so while A Tywin does ignore res and can defense break and stun everybody on my team, this pretty much says no, so we're gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and S3 here. Barrier for the entire team. We get some stealth. There we go. Arya is going to be just doing her stuff here. Now, she does get her focus way slower, and that's mostly because the fact that, ooh, actually, I don't want to provoke her Christie. Let's just S3. She is going to get her S3 slower because there is a Emma Politis on the other side, but really, there is no way to push through a defense like this. There's Aureus, right, from the what is it called? The Christie here, protecting the Arya, mitigating some damage. We have a defense buff as well. Everyone's looking fairly tanky. Now, I am going to try to stun the Genoa here. Aw, no stun, but we do proc his immortality, which is huge. Another counter attack. We don't get the S2 off of Arya here. That's all good. Kills the Politis, fairly nice. Alright, and he's missing on the Arya, which is great. The immunity again here is really clutch. So yeah, look at that. Genoa falls, and Arya gets to finish things off. Because the ML Politis is down, we start gaining focus at an actual reasonable speed, a normal speed. And we can take down this A Tywin. And that is gonna be it. So I think it was a pretty clean showcase here, especially for Albedo. I thought I was gonna lose here. But she did pull through. Rest in peace, Spez. Had to be sacrificed, but for the greater good. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into the second tower here. This middle one is actually quite interesting because look at the green shields against my guildmates here. Absolutely insane, and it's both teams as well. So this is going to be quite a challenge for us, but I think we have a solution. So for the first team, it's going to be another Emma Politis and Genoa team. It's very common on defense teams now, and well, for good reason, it works. We also have a Earth Sharoon here, so I'm going to bring in my Politis. My Politis here is actually on damage, and she has 230-something speed. I am going to change her artifact, actually. This is really important. You do want to change her off of Book for these types of situations, and if you have it, definitely go for Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. So I'm going to borrow that from the Arya. It does give me a little bit of attack, which is nice, but it's mostly for this extra chance to dispel a buff from the target. So if you proc Genoa's immortality, you want to strip that, and then the fixed damage will kill him after US2. Now to get him into that range of the immortality, you can actually go ahead and bring Celine here. She does attack with a neutral element, so she will be hitting Genoa every single time. Mine's not a really high damage build, mine's mostly a really bulky, tanky build. However, she will still work, because Genoa is typically a very frail unit, right? Really squishy unit. Now, when the Politis goes in S2s, it's an AoE attack, and because of that, I am going to bring in my Summertime Assyria. I never use her. I've pretty much never used her, but here is her build. She is on Star of the Deep Sea, so we get chances to plant bombs. She is on speed and immunity. Haven't changed her gear in like 2 years now, but hoping to get some use out of her in this type of comp. We can actually go ahead and have another chance of stripping Genoa if things work out in our favor. But yeah, if Genoa dies here to the Politis, we can just go ahead and just kill everybody else with our Summertime Assyria. Next up, bottom team here, we're going to be going double Overlord units, so we're going to go with Albedo, which you guys already seen her build. However, I am changing her from her HP imprint to her team imprint here with effect res, and the reason why I'm going effect res is because DJB is alone against the Zeo, and I don't know if this is an effectiveness Zeo or not. So with this imprint here, DJB about 280 resistance, which is hopefully going to be enough against Zeo, and that's a really scary thing to be saying. So yeah, Shaltir going to be here as well. She is on Pipette Lance, and she's mostly here, oh, so this is her build, by the way, just speed and pen set. Might change her over to lifesteal, not really sure, but as of right now, still rocking the speed, and it hopefully will pay off in this match. She is going to be able to injury down units like the ML Shu. ML Shu is going to be pretty strong into my Albedo. I don't want to get injury down because, you know, our damage comes from 3F, which is an HP scaling artifact, but I just wanted a unit that can kind of tank the Politica and not die. Also, DJB is quite fast as well, so Zio's gonna hit him. Hopefully Bolitica doesn't kill. But yeah, let's see what happens here. So Celine goes, procs the Genoa. Genoa is going to push up here. Now, alternatively, you can also go Abyssal Euphine to prevent Genoa from pushing at all. But let's go for the Politis here. Alright, nice strip. So that is pretty much all you needed. So see, Summertime Assyria is mostly here as like reassurance to push up past the Genoa, because some people tune the Genoa to cut, right? But here we take the turn, and even if we did not, right, even if we did not kill there, we still would be able to go, and Politis has a chance here to, again, strip with that, with the artifact. So yeah, at this point, it's pretty much over. Let's just go ahead and kill the Sharoon, because she is going next. I don't want her to S3 and just kind of strip all our buffs. Yeah, pretty solid. The Politis Celine team works out quite well. Summertime Assyria, again, was only here as like a failsafe. Luckily we didn't need her, but is this a resist? My 200 effectiveness Assyria. It's getting screwed over here. That's alright, there you go. We showed her who the better Politis is. Okay, so for the second team, really hoping... Oh, that's a fast shoe, actually. DJB might die here. Actually might die here. Alright, Albedo does mitigate some of the damage. DJB doesn't look like he's gonna die just yet. However, I do think that we will die to this Bolitica coming in. Yeah, she might actually kill here, which sucks a little bit. However, it's not the worst thing to happen, because honestly, I just needed DJB to tank here for us. Now, Shaltir, we can strip. I don't know if I want to go for the Zio or not. I think what I'll do is I'll go for the, because Zio's gonna go into the Albedo. I am just gonna go for Shaltir's S3 onto the shoe, because her injury is the most dangerous thing right now. Alright, let's see if we can actually kill here. No, just barely surviving, unfortunately. Okay. Again, we're quite tanky here. Oh, he does get a stun and a dual attack. Whoa, that's actually quite insane. Okay, the good thing is, Shu is dead. Now, if Shu's dead here, we're going to be in a decent spot. Albedo obviously needs to wake up here in order to counter. Oh, he's on Arnell. Never mind. We might be completely screwed. Okay. Good damage. Albedo. Oh, Albedo's going to fall. Okay, that's pretty bad, but you know what? Shaltir at least. This is not the best, obviously not the best situation to be using Albedo in the Guild Wars. You don't really want to bring her into injury units, but I went for it just to see what would happen, and what happened was not very good stuff, so... Yeah, unfortunately we're not going to be able to use her in the last match here, but yeah, she's a very strong RTA unit, very good for anti-cleave, and those types of situations. This obviously wasn't a full-on cleave team. The shoe is pretty bulky. Bolitica is actually a pretty bulky unit, actually, but yeah, it's alright. Shaltir did manage to win here. Unfortunately, we can't see Albedo in a third match, but I think we'll be fine. So, let's go ahead and jump into the third game over here. It didn't really matter, actually, that Albedo died in the second match, mostly because this is an identical team. The only difference is that the top team is using a different unit here as their third anchor. So we have Abyssal Euphine now instead of Earth Sharoon. Makes it a little bit trickier to deal with, however, not that much more. Because Celine and Politis and Summertime Assyria focus all of their attention onto this Abyssal Euphine after the Genoa dies, right? But we don't need to go over their stats again, because you already saw them. Zio, Bolitica, and ML Shu down here. You've seen the Christie stats. We are going to bring in our ML Politis ourselves, and we're going to be kind of doing an iteration of the Zio Trap here. Zio Traps, as you guys who are longtime viewers of the channel know, is when you pick a bunch of stealth units, like, for example, see Phantom Politis, who starts with stealth at the start of the match, and Spectre Tenebria, who has permanent stealth throughout the game, and you bring a unit that has a CR push in their kit. So Christie, for example, is a fantastic unit to bring into Zio, mostly because she has high resist. And with high resist here, Zio shouldn't be able to debuff her, which means that the Bolitica should not be able to proc her skills. If Bolitica's not able to pop off, we don't get that many debuffs on the team, and hopefully Bolitica won't be able to kill with her S3. The Ammo Shoe is also there. She's a little bit annoying, mostly because she gives a speed buff to the Politica and to the team. But let's see how this plays out here. So Celine is going to go into the Genoa. I don't know if this is a resist Genoa or not. It seems like he's a bit slower than the other one that we fought. So he does push up here. And it's all up to Politis now. Does she strip? She does, and there you go. That's pretty much the end of Genoa there. Which is great, let's go for the S3. This will put some unbuffables on, this will get the blind as well. It's just a good source of damage in general, so might as well pop it. We can try to kill the Abyssal Euphine here, so I'm going to go for this. Double bomb. Going to go for the S3. This should kill, and when Euphine revives, if she is on Holy Sack here, then Celine should be able to kill pretty easily. So boom. Yep, there we go. So she revives, and Celine gets to go. We have an attack buff. We're going to go straight into this Abyssal Euphine here. Hopefully we kill, because if we don't kill, we're in big trouble. Alright, there you go. Cecilia, pretty good addition to the team, if I do say so myself. Yeah, Genoa defense teams are a little tricky, but in the end, if you have the right units, you can get it done pretty consistently. Alright, this team here, form of the Zeo Trap, Politic is actually faster than the ML Shoot. So we don't get any debuffs there. Beautiful stuff. We can actually just go for an S3 here. I don't think I need to soul burn this. We can push everybody back, get a speed down on everyone, and Spectre Tenebria get a little bit of a speed boost from the rage buff as well. So boom. Ooh, okay, a little bit of a resist from the Politica, but again, it doesn't really matter. When he hits the Christie, it's not really going to deal that much damage. Yeah, no speed buff here. See 6k damage. It's pretty good. Let's go for the ML Shoe, because again, she is the main source of damage here. Zeo, of course, also a source of damage, but I don't want the Shoe to injury down my team, and her splash damage is quite nutty. So Spectre now can always dual attack with the ML Politis, which is kind of nice. Let's go for an S3 so we can attack buff the Spectre. Again, we also have souls. We're just going to save them up here so that we can use them with our Spectre. Let's go for another dual attack here. Pretty good damage. Okay. And you see, every time the Christie gets hit, the first time, once per turn, pushes up the Politis in the backline too. Christie can't get stunned here, so we're safe. And now we can just go ahead and DPS down the Shoe. We have attack and rage buff here. I think what I'll do, ML Politis should be going, so let's go for the Politica. Ah, never mind. Okay, let's go for the Zeo here. Okay, everyone's dying from the poisons. Let's see if we can just hit a little provoke. There we go. Everyone's dying to the poison. Oh my god. Let's go for an S3 again. There's no reason to S1 because we can't dual attack unless we have the rage buff. Yeah, there you go. Spectre Tenebria, a little Zeo Trap going on. So if you have these characters, I know it's a pretty expensive team because you have ML Politis on there. But Spectre Tenebria, pretty free unit, and especially Change Christie as well, pretty free unit too. So yeah, gonna go ahead and just slap the S3 here. You could also pull this team off with like Politica as well if you have her. She's a pretty old ML5, but if you put her on Guiding Light, she can stay in the back and do kind of the same job as ML Politis. Obviously not with the dual attacks and stuff, but still gets the same thing done. You cut the opponent, you can reset the team, and do some shenanigans from there. But yep, with that being said though guys, walking away with 3 victories. Fortunately, we did kind of die with Albedo in the second round, but again, I don't think she would have held up that well in that third one. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.